Nor must we forget the woman prospector. She scorns high heels and long skirts and all such femininities, shod with high, stoutly made, thick-soled boots that conceal all the ankle that a short khaki skirt would otherwise disclose, and attired in a sombrero and khaki tunic. She tramps over the desert in a most businesslike way and handles a prospector's hammer as skillfully as her eastern sisters would handle a fan. Despite being unacknowledged in most mining histories, women in Arizona and the West prevailed as early as the 19th century as independent prospectors and miners, mining entrepreneurs and investors, mill workers, assayers, and mining engineers. Bureau of Mines specified no woman may be employed in any mine, and deep-rooted Cornish superstitions believed women in a mine would bring bad luck. These pioneer women would lay the groundwork for equality in the stopes, smelters, and boardrooms. Women prospectors are known of as early as 1849 in the California gold fields, but the first Arizonan lady prospector would not arrive until the 1880s. Documentary records indicate that a certain Mrs. Hawley located the San Juan copper property, known today as Freeport-McMoran Safford Mine, around 1886. The property was later acquired by Mrs. H.L. Holborn, who tramped through the hills, located claims, and held them as would any ordinary prospector. Towards the turn of the last century, women's involvement in the Western mining industry expanded greatly. Nearly 100 women prospectors are known to have worked on the Western mining frontier, but many remain nameless, and historians estimate 3 times that amount actually prospected in the West. Jenny Hilton owned a valuable mine near the Haquahala Mountains, which she soon sold for the large amount of $35,000, which would be an equivalent to about $1 million today. In 1896, she was known as the only active miner of her sex in the United States. She was formerly a school teacher in California, but left to join her brother and uncle in the mining industry. As a student in mineralogy and metallurgy, she ventured out to Arizona and New Mexico with interests of becoming a prospector. There were 2 most notable female prospectors in the West, Nellie Cashman and Lillian Malcolm. Nellie Cashman, the Angel of Tombstone, was well known for her charitable efforts in the mining community, leading a prospecting trip to Baja California in the 1880s and success in the Yukon gold fields. Lillian Malcolm, the woman prospector, started off as a New York actress, but found a greater interest in the mining industry. She traveled to Yukon in 1898, and in the decades to come, traveled to Nevada, Mexico, and Arizona. In Nevada, Malcolm ventured off to where few had dared to go, and came across a valuable ledge of copper. Malcolm would famously state, "There is too much hypocrisy in the sexes. Women can endure as much as a man." As early as 1880, there was talk in mining circles of an exclusive women-owned mining corporation known as the Women's Mining Company. Additionally, there was an associated permanent Bureau of Information for female mining investors in New York City, known as the Women's Bullion Club. The stated objective of the Bureau was to interest and educate women in practical work of mining and thereby open for them a broader and more remunerative field of legitimate industry. The Women's Bullion Club and another New York bureau, the Ladies Mining Association, would provide lectures and advice to female entrepreneurs over the next several years. Most topics covered the wealth that could be made from base and precious metals mines in the Western Territories. Entrepreneurialism came with ease to mine owner Anna Durkee. After trying out professions in education and insurance, Ann Durkee soon found herself on her way to making a fortune in Alaskan and Arizona mining. In 1906, her first move as a mining magnate was the formation of the Alaska Garnet Mining and Manufacturing Company, capitalized at $1 million with a board of only women. Her partners found success in marketing garnet waste material for use in separation of metals in foundries. In 1914, the company shipped 12 tons of garnet without the help of any male stockholders. A California magazine stated, "True, a few men stockholders have been allowed to edge into the organization, but to quote one of the officers, they have been well trained and know how to keep their places." In 1916, Arizona caught the attention of Durkee. As a result, she purchased a number of gold claims and organized the Dardanelles Mining Company. Ann Durkee eventually held controlling interest in nearly 20 mining properties in Arizona. Sexual segregation collapsed in Arizona during World War II. With the need for strategic minerals like copper, the Bureau of Mines prohibitions were relaxed to allow many women to work in mining during the war. Dozens of women worked in the Phelps Dodge Mill in Morenci. By 1943, 25% of the concentrator workforce was female. They helped produce the red metal for the war effort. From the beginning of breaking into mining, women pursued degrees in mining engineer, geology, and mineralogy. Even throughout the world wars, women persevered with their education in mining. In 1944, Blanche Elise Lightoller was the first female graduate from the University of Arizona School of Mines. The Bureau of Mines prohibitions may have vanished, but the discrimination remained the same. On a school trip, Lightoller felt compelled to dress like a man and hide her hair under a hat to prevent superstitious miners from realizing a woman was in the mine. After World War II, many women miners were replaced with returning soldiers. However, some refused to leave and continued to stay at Phelps Dodge for years to come. Not until the 1970s would government and union mandates give women the right to enter the male mining workplace. The journey for women in the mining industry has been a long, winding road, and the pioneering Arizona women prospectors, mine owners, assayers, and mill workers of the late 19th and early 20th centuries must be remembered for their contributions to the Copper State. We must not forget the pioneer woman prospector.